All right, today is Saturday. It's the third video of the series that I'm doing here on developing your spiritual and mental strength so that you can stay consistent with your fitness. Now, since it's Saturday and I said we would go 6 days and rest one, being as Sunday's usually the day that I rest and the majority of people, that's the day that I'll be taking off. So I won't put a video up Sunday. I'll put one up today. I won't put one up Sunday, and then I'll pick back up on Monday. Now, I also wanted to say, I've thought about doing a fitness channel for years. But because with fitness, like anything else, it is so dependent upon your mental strength. And I gave my explanation in the intro where I feel like that comes from. That's why I'm doing kind of more preaching, I guess you would say, in these intros to these videos and stuff. And what it's to do is to help you build your spiritual and mental strength, and help you to gain a confidence that maybe you never had before, or if you have, to get it back. So one of the things that we struggle with as human beings, at least me and everybody I've known, for the most part, and everyone throughout history, according to the Bible, is doubt, being skeptical. You know what I mean? Like, you hear all these ideas about manifestation and visualizing something, making it, and it come true. And as you think, whatever you think you can do, if you believe it, and these manifestation ideas, and those things are true, and people talk about them all the time, but I believe that came from God. That came from our Creator, the ability to do that, to believe. But the problem is most of us are not able to do that, and if we are able to do it one time, then we might not be able to do it another. Because if you think about back in the Bible, Moses was being spoke to by God. It tells you in the Bible, he was being spoke to directly by God. God, the Creator, who created everything, spoke to him directly and said, hey, you're going to go and you're going to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. You're going to go, you're going to talk to Pharaoh. And you know what? He doubted. And he was speaking directly to God. And he was like, well, why me? I'm not a very good speaker. He was skeptical. And then God had to remind him, like, who created the lips? Don't worry about what you're going to say. I'll put the words in your mouth. But finally, because he was so skeptical, he let Aaron, I believe it was, go and speak for him. Like, because he was just, not that he needed to, it was just to comfort Moses, because Moses, he doubted so much then. Okay, now let's go all the way fast forward until Jesus being here. He's going around, he's healing blind people that have been blind since birth, that everybody knows has been blind since birth. He's healing deformities. He's walking on water. He's doing all kinds of things right in front of. He's feeding thousands of people with a few loaves of bread and a couple fish, and the disciples will still have moments of doubt, and you see it. And he tells them it's just like when a storm came on the water and he was sleeping in different time and other times. And they would get afraid. And all the while they're seeing all these miracles and all the things that he's able to do and who he is, and they're still skeptical. And they're seeing it firsthand. And that's how we are. I mean, this world has kind of made us jaded. It's, people unfortunately are always trying to get over on somebody, running game, hustling them or whatever. And we've adopted this idea of, believe none of what you hear and about half of what you see. And I mean, so it's really hard for us to get faith and to remain. And even if we're believing it, when we know we have the ability to exercise, something as simple as that every day, we have the ability to do it and stick to it. And we know that if we think about it logically, when we start with point A and we do these steps, that we're going to get here to the end, and we're going to accomplish this goal. Like that, this is a realistic, even if it's a realistic thing, you'll start doubting yourself over a little bit of time. You'll start, well, maybe I shouldn't do this, or well, I don't know. And then you'll start trying to talk yourself out of it. Maybe I'm going to get an injury, or maybe this isn't right. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. You need to warm up. You need to take your time with it. And you need to pay attention to your body. But at the end of the day, that's what we do. We doubt. We're skeptical. That's why I'm telling you in this first little deal. I don't know how long I'll do this series. Maybe 30, 60 days. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And then I'll go on to different workouts and things like that. But this preaching, as you would, if you would, in the beginning of this, is specifically for this part of it, so to build your faith in God, your faith in yourself, you know, your confidence, your mental strength, all of that, so that you can keep going forward. And that way you can learn to entrust your stuff, what you do to God, and then you'll know with staying with God that you're going to be able to achieve the things that you set forth. And it'll help you. It'll strengthen you when you're weak. He'll strengthen you when you're weak and you start doubting. You can go to him and you can pray and he'll give you that strength and he'll remind you, hey, I'm right here. Oh, you're good. I'm right here. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you on the first part of this. We're going to take tomorrow off. I'm not going to put a video up. We're going to do 10 burpees here real quick. And then Monday, since it is a new week, we'll do something a little more. I don't know what. I'll tell you in the next video. Maybe we'll do 15 burpees. Maybe we'll add a jump. Maybe we'll do something. It depends on where I'm going to be able to exercise, if I'm going to do it outside, depending on the weather and all that, because you got to have a little room to jump around and stuff. But anyways, so let's get started. And you know what I mean? If you can't do them still, don't worry about that. Just, if you can't do them all the way or whatever, do a handicap, get on the ground, get up. If that's what you do, the whole point is creating a habit. All right. 1. That's 1. 2. And remember, when you get down, don't just jump down, especially if you're not, have done these just because you've done them a couple days. Kind of go down easy and stuff. Don't be hard on your body. 3. Let your body adapt to this. You know what I mean? Don't try to go down easy. Take your time. Don't try to necessarily keep up with this pace. And if you can go faster, okay. But if you need to go slower, go slower. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right. So that was the third deal, the third day. We're doing exactly what we said we were going to do. We're creating a habit. Every day you do it, the stronger this habit's going to become, the easier it's going to become. And for all those who may be thinking like, man, are you doing fitness or are you preaching? You know what I mean? I thought about that too, and maybe, you need to pick a direction. But like I said, God's always going to be a part of everything that I'm trying to accomplish. That being said, the preaching is more heavily on this, the more preaching or more about this is on this little video series, because I'm trying to build your confidence. I want you to be more than just get in shape. I want you to have it all together, spiritually, mentally, and physically, so that you have the whole rounded character. So when you get done, you're more than just someone, because you can be completely in shape and have all these problems, all this anxiety, all these things going on. And I know from my own personal experience that, yeah, exercising helps with anxiety. Exercise helps with all these different things. But what helps more than any of that is going to God, praying to God, doing your best to obey it. Are we going to always obey God? Are we always going to? No. We can't. It's impossible. We try. And what we try to do the most is the two most important things that Jesus gave us to do. He said, love your God more than anything, and love your neighbor. Because if you love your neighbor, you'll be following all the other ones. You won't be lying to them. You won't be coveting what they have. You won't be committing murder if you love your neighbor. So work on being kind to other people, genuinely kind to other people. Work on praying for other people. If you see somebody in need, and I don't mean praying about you see someone and you think it's a sin, so you go and pray for them. Oh, God, please help them with their sin. No. That's not what I mean at all. That's what I think gets us in trouble as Christians is we're always trying to go and judge someone. We're always worried about the speck in their eye before we worry about the plank in our own. What I'm talking about is if you see somebody and maybe their health isn't good, or they tell you, man, I had this going on with my health or whatever, go home and talk to God and pray for them. Pray for them. Pray for them. Pray for their family. If somebody loses a family member, go and pray for them. Pray for their family and for the comfort of their family and everything else. If you see somebody, maybe a coworker or somebody, maybe you see they're going through something like maybe they seem sad, go pray for them. Ask God to comfort them. If maybe they got a limp or they got hurt and they're not directly telling you, but you can see it, go home in private and pray for them and talk to God and say, God, help them. Please heal them, help them. And God will answer your prayers. You'll see. And if you start loving your neighbor and you start caring for other people, you start trying to do what God wants you to do, which is just that. That's what He wants us to do. If you start trying to do that and you start caring about people, then God is He's gonna help you. And you can go to God and you can ask for what you need as well. And anxiety and all these things and all these, He'll take them away from you. You can give them to Him. So that's what my intention is with this. This is a fitness channel, but I wanted to do this first segment, because this is the foundation. And how can you have how can you build a strong home without a good foundation? You know what I mean? Well, I'm trying to build you into something strong because I want you to be prosperous. I want you to be a warrior, a conqueror of everything that you want to do. And I want you to do something good, to be something good in society for you, for your family, and for anybody, your community. And that's what I'm trying to get going with whoever is watching this. And then, I'll ease up on some of the preaching once we get done with this part, but anyway, that's the intention. I won't keep on going about it. I hope y'all have a good Sunday. We're going to be off tomorrow. I hope y'all have a good Sunday. I hope y'all have, if you're working, God be with you and your family. And I hope that, that you have, if you are off, you have a good day with your family, and give glory to God. And I appreciate anybody who takes the time to watch. And God bless y'all.